And we're back for another episode of Wednesdays with Woody.
It's Wednesdays.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Wednesdays with Woody, where we interrupt your mundane Wednesday to bring you this hot-ass mess of a show. If you missed the memo, I'm your host, Woody Woods, and I'll be guiding you through these Wednesday sessions where we discuss all things trending and topical. A welcome to those who are tuning in for the first time. Thank you for lending me your ears, lending me your time, just being present while we debate and discuss whatever is on topic today. And if you're a recurring listener, thank you once again for being here. So without any more further ado, let's dive in. So I don't know what we're going to discuss this week, if I'm being completely honest with you. There's been a lot happening in my personal life, a lot of work pressures, which has pulled me away from having some rather interesting and fascinating debates with the people in my life. But you know what? We're not going to let that get in the way. Do we open the can of worms around Macy Gray, or do we leave that can completely sealed? Because I don't want to go there. I just don't want to go there. Specifically coming off of last week's episode at the end of Pride Month, where we were speaking about acceptance and keeping your mouth shut if you don't have anything nice to say. We evidently still have a long way to go. I mean, I've listened to bits and pieces of the interview with Piers and a deep breath. A deep breath is always necessary. It's just a damn shame. A damn shame. And you know, I really like Macy Gray. I really like some of her music, so it's quite disappointing, but you are entitled to whatever views you want to hold in this life that you're living, and it's encouraged to have a stand point or a viewpoint on whatever topic comes your way, just for yourself to be better informed. And what's disappointing is when the logic, in fact not even the logic, when you as a, and I know a lot of celebrities or a lot of people who are in the limelight or in these focal positions, you know, they come with the rhetoric that, yeah, but I'm just making music. I didn't ask to be a role model for 100 million people or whatever the case might be. The unfortunate reality is that that space that you occupy does come with that responsibility. And the words that come out of your mouth hold weight. Words matter. They have real life effects, you know. Maybe not effects, maybe ramifications. Ramifications is a better word. I like that word. They have real life ramifications, and I'm always conscious about when you speak, make sure that the things that you are saying are as compassionate as can possibly be. Obviously, there are moments where you need to be hard and firm and really like drive the point home. And then there are moments where you just need to think about, like, okay, how is this going to play out in reality? What will the sphere of influence I hold, how will this affect that? But yeah, like I said, I could keep drumming on and on, week about the importance of just accepting other human beings for who they are. And once again, if you don't know something and you require more information around a specific topic or around a specific lived experience, please ask. I recall earlier this year when we were visiting Ryan's family in the Eastern Cape, and there was an event that we were having, I think on one of the last few days that we were there, with some of Ryan's sister's friends, and we were just talking about some of me and Ryan's experiences in our relationship, and I appreciated in that moment the willingness to ask questions that you actually didn't have answers to. Because a lot of the time, as LGBTQIA plus people and a community or an individual, whatever the case might be, the straights, they don't have a reference. They don't know our experiences, and it's not our job to teach anyone about equal rights or about the experience of homophobia and shame. It's not our job. But I'm always there rooting for people who are like, I'm gonna put my prejudices aside and ask this question so that I can have better understanding and better clarity, and a better appreciation for your lived experience. Which, that level of empathy, Lord, in this world, I don't know why it's lacking. I don't get it. It's something I just don't get, and I don't completely. I don't sympathize with that. Yeah. And that's that on that, Who knows, maybe I'll meet one day a person who holds such strong views and can tell me a different side to the story, something that I don't know, something that I mean, it's not going to sway me. No, that's not going to happen. But hey, like I always say, I'm always ready for a good debate, always ready for a good conversation, always ready for the exploration of different ideas, different experiences, things that challenge my own view of the world. I don't know if there's anything there, but hey, let's chat. I, for one, I love that we live in a world where it's diverse. Damn, it's beautifully diverse, with the way that people want to express themselves, either through their pronouns or neopronouns or xenopronouns. I mean, I don't think there's ever been a time in the history of this very beautiful planet that we find ourselves on, rotating around the sun in the depths of space, where there has been so much liberation taking place on a personal human level. That experience for me is just, it's beautiful to watch. It's beautiful to watch people finding themselves, wanting to identify in a specific manner, wanting to experience a whole experience that they would have otherwise been unable to experience before due to the circumstances of their background or where they came from or how they grew up, whatever the case might have been, The internet has really opened up a lot of doors, opened up a lot of opportunities for people to experiment and explore themselves and their identity and their gender in such an interesting and fascinating way, I don't think there's ever been such a more beautiful moment in the human history. And obviously, this moment lends itself to people who are part of the LGBTQIA plus community, I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful if we compare this to what was taking place some odd 25 years ago when when it was just like, geez, havoc. Havoc was Havoc was raining down, on people who were different, people who didn't meet the status quo, people who did not want to conform, did not want to fit in tiny little boxes. And it's just beautiful to witness this change in the world, this movement escalating, people finding themselves in different formats and forms, which is why comments such as the ones made by Macy Gray and the comments that they hold are so dangerous to the progression of what we could be as a species. Who knows, maybe 50, 100 years from now, I don't know, dream with me a little bit. 100 years from now, we're not even using he and she, it's whatever. That doesn't even matter. What matters is that you as a human being are able to express yourself in a way that is affirming to you, something that you still have control over. And maybe that's where the problem is. A lack of control by the structures that have been put in place to, liberate us. Maybe they weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing. And we thought that they would, but they didn't. And now we find ourselves here, trying to claw back and find some meaning out of this existence. Something that makes the experience feel alive, feel real to us, feel authentic. I don't know, maybe I'm rambling. Maybe I'm rambling and I don't even know where I'm going. But I suppose the concept or the topic of identity and gender identity is a lot more complex than a lot of us are willing to really think about, really explore and unravel its mysteries, just to get a firmer understanding of what exactly is going on there. I mean, I'm by no means the person to talk to about it, because I too myself am also learning. I too am also just trying to figure it out. Who knows, maybe 10 years from now I decide, you know what, I don't like these pronouns no more. I need to drop them and change them, and that will be fine. That will be accepted by society. I am still waiting on that day. I'm still waiting on the day where we can put MX on a form. Just simply, instead of Mr. and Miss and Mrs. and. I'm still waiting on that day. But we'll get there. I don't know. Have I gone off topic? I think I might have. Maybe we need to get into the habit of just spamming people with some facts. Maybe, but once again, it's not anyone's place to educate someone else on their own experiences. I mean, open a damn book. Go on Google. Do some research, And when you're done with all of that, there are so many documentaries on the lived experiences of a specific group of people. Go read up on that. Go watch that. Gain some knowledge, gain some insight. Otherwise, you always just end up living in this one-dimensional world with no growth, no insight, no... I don't know. Nothing real. Nothing real lives there. Just illusions. And what a damn bore that would be. Wednesdays. I've taken up enough of your Wednesdays. Thank you for joining me once again for this week's session of Wednesdays with Woody. I hope somewhere in this rambling fiasco that we just went through, something was learned, something new was gained. There was a bit of information there that we didn't know about that we can now quickly go and Google, like, I don't know, neopronouns. If you didn't know. Yeah, I hope you guys tune in next week. I think we need a guest. I think we're in the mood for a guest next week. And who knows what we'll be discussing. So yeah, enjoy your week. Make it fun. Make it hilarious. Make it sparkle. And I hope to see you guys next week. Until then, sayonara.